the DFS Huddle. I'm Kyle Provides, the DFS Bachelor. He's Erik Toft at eToft21. We are the DFS Huddle here, and we're going to go over the single game slate for Monday Night Football. Got the Vikings heading into Soldier Field. Take on the Bears. We came close Friday night. We were on the right. We had Hollywood Brown and the captain, tons of catches, finding that cheap route. And I want to just let people know that's what we're doing here. We're trying to find ways to win in tournaments and your 50-50s. I think there's a player. I haven't even told you who the player is yet. We're going to wait till we get to the wide receivers. I'm so excited about a potential captain that's going to let us make a really contrarian lineup. Interesting thing, we're recording this Sunday morning. Like, we're on the grind here. We're working on. They don't have this contest up yet for FanDuel, so we don't have FanDuel prices because I don't find a single game Monday Night Football slate yet on FanDuel. So we're just going to talk the DraftKings slate unless they've added one in the last 15 minutes. When you look at the single game, they do not have Monday Night Football yet up on, so that'll come up later. So we'll just talk DraftKings here. Of course, we won't have the prices for DraftKings, but Erik, so far so good. For the people in the Patreon, again, you can join our Patreon, get our lineups, our rankings, all that stuff. Click the link in the video description below. Join the DFS Huddle and Patreon. Been a little bit on fire. It's actually been pretty good. College football last night was fantastic. Great Friday. I'm excited for this Monday game. How you feeling, dude? We're like 50 minutes from Sunday kickoff, so it's an exciting morning for us. Happy NFL Sunday, my friend.
Happy NFL Sunday. Excited to be here. You know what I mean? This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been grinding for, and hopefully we can get it in. We can cash some money and make some money.
So we're going to make this quick. I've got some thank you, by the way, for the nice feedback. If you haven't done so already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. It will be a $50 PayPal giveaway sometime next week for a random comment, but you must be subscribed and you must like the video. We really appreciate all that stuff. Follow us on Twitter at DFS Bachelor, at eToft21. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. Let's just jump into it because it's fucking Sunday football day. Let's go to the quarterbacks. You got Caleb Williams and J.J. McCarthy. Last year in the two games against the Vikings, Caleb Williams had one really good game of 30 and then an 11 in his last one. J.J. McCarthy obviously making his first NFL start. I'm going to have a ton of Caleb Williams, as I'm sure most people will. Less of J.J. McCarthy. Obviously, no Caleb. Caleb Williams is one of the unique quarterbacks you could sort of consider in captain spot. But again, he's very expensive. We're trying to find the contrarian captain so we can pay up because he does have some rush side, and I think you might see him run a little bit more than you did last year. What do you think your quarterback's McCarthy, Caleb?
I would definitely take Caleb. I'm not really eager to take either quarterback. J.J. McCarthy, technically a rookie, and historically speaking, rookies do struggle their first start on the road. And also, when you look at what he's done during the preseason, he only played I think one drive. So he really, it's going to be really tough for, even with how good of a coach and how good of a schemer Kevin O'Connell is, for me to trust J.J. McCarthy going out there in Chicago tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly a tournament play. Last year, the Bears allowed the fewest fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. The Vikings, the fourth fewest. I have my rankings right. I think that might be. Is that right?
That is right, my friend.
That is that's crazy here on the data. So there is some history there, but I prefer Caleb. Obviously, it's a wait and see with JJ McCarthy. Of course, tournament exposure is fine. All right, here's where we start getting a little bit interesting here. Let's get to the running backs. DeAndre Swift is the most expensive, obviously, 8,800. Aaron Jones, then Jordan Mason. Then we got Roschon Johnson practicing in a limited fashion. He's just going to be the short yardage guy. Then you got this rookie here, Kyle Manangai for the Bears at 2,800 on DraftKings. I love DeAndre Swift. I think you're going to see how the running game really take a step forward this year with the end of Ben Johnson offense for the Bears. They really improved that offensive line. It's on paper, we'll have to see it work, but it's a top 10 offensive line in the league right now. The Bears have made some improvements on offense. I like DeAndre Swift. And I like Aaron Jones, too. I know everyone's freaking out and wanting Jordan Mason. I'll take some Aaron Jones at lower ownership. I have him projected really low owned. I don't mind some Aaron Jones. I'll probably have more Aaron Jones than Jordan Mason just because of the passing game upside. Got a rookie quarterback. They're going to want that safety blanket, a veteran receiving back. I like Aaron Jones quite a bit. I love DeAndre Swift. And I'm probably going to have some exposure to Kyle Manangai. What do you think?
I love DeAndre Swift. I live in the Chicagoland area, and Ben Johnson is calling him Swifty. So anytime a star player has a nickname, something you want to kick out for. Also, they didn't make any moves. I really feel like this is going to be the lowest we're going to get DeAndre Swift all year. So I'm really interested in him. And you hit the nail on the head. Everyone's Jordan Mason this, Jordan Mason that. Last year when Aaron Jones was out, this Vikings offense was awful. He was kind of the
catalyst for sure.
Yeah, the catalyst. That's the term. And I want Aaron Jones more than I want Jordan Mason. I don't.
Agreed.
I think with especially on DraftKings, Aaron Jones more the pass catching type back. Plus, with a young quarterback who's very inexperienced, it could be a lot of dump passes. So, I really like Aaron Jones. I completely agree with you 100%. I think he's going to be vastly low owned.
Yeah, I love the running backs this week. Let's get to wide receiver, where I think I got the nut flush here. This is where I'm going to get a little crazy in tournaments here. Obviously, we have Justin Jefferson, who last year in 2 games, he had a 20 and a 5 kind of mixed bag. You're going to see Jalen Johnson shadowing Justin Jefferson. Last year, when you look, he was only targeted Jalen Johnson on 11% of his defensive pass routes, only gave up 0.20 fantasy points per route ran against. The matchup's going to be in the slot and on the other side against Tyreek Stevenson and Kyler Gordon. That's where you're going to want to attack. And I think you'll see them move Jefferson around to get that matchup. But Johnson's going to follow him around. I'll still have lots of Justin Jefferson. He's obviously going to be the safety blanket, the number one guy for J.J. McCarthy. I love DJ Moore. The Vikings allowed the most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers last year. He had 45 DraftKings points in his 2 starts against the Vikings last year for the Bears. Love me some DJ Moore. So here's where it gets interesting. We got cheap prices for Adam Thielen and Jalen Naylor, who are going to be starting opposite Justin Jefferson. Olamide Zaccheaus, 2,000 on DraftKings, 3,000 at your captain spot. I think this guy is going to be the Amon-Ra St. Brown of this binge. Now, he's not Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he's going to run those style of plays, those slide screens, those passes behind them, those quick passes. Olamide Zaccheaus is what he did for Washington last year. If you saw in the preseason, the connection he and Caleb Williams had, he already had 1 long touchdown in that first game. My contrarian captain pick this week, so I can pay up and make it interesting. I love me some Olamide Zaccheaus at 2,000 DraftKings, 3,000 in the captain spot. What do you think, Erik, at wide receiver?
I mean, that's a hell of a find, dude. That is an absolute hell of a find. He is going to be insanely low owned. I absolutely love that. My big issue is
they treated him as a starter too, by the way. So when the starter sat out in preseason, now I know they have Luther Burden listed, the rookie, but we know how rookie wide receivers translate in the NFL. I think Zaccheaus is way more a part of this offense early on, anyways, than Luther Burden and maybe Roman Adunes. I love Zaccheaus, and in the preseason they held him out when Caleb didn't play. He was on the field when Caleb did. We saw deep touchdowns, tons of rapport in camp. I love this play. I think he's mispriced.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, that's a hell of a find. The one thing about Luther Burden that's always kind of worried me is he's always hurt. Even in his college days, this kid was always hurt, and he gives me Percy Harvin. He's not the player Percy Harvin is all obviously, but Percy Harvin type vibes. Someone that's going to be hurt a lot. Obviously, DJ Moore and Oduzze, I really don't know which one to trust. I love your find. He's going to be in some of my lineups. Obviously, Jefferson is Jefferson. I mean, I think you have to have him in there at this point. It didn't matter who the quarterback has been the last 3 years in Minnesota. The offense is just geared to him. Also, with no Jordan Addison, I think that means a little bit of an uptick. And I know people may try to get cute and look to go to Thielen or a different Vikings wide receiver, but if you're going to have a pass catcher, I think it has to be Hockenson.
Yeah, Hockenson. And we're going to get to those tight ends. I just want to briefly touch on. So the matchups, when you look in the Viking secondary, it's the perimeter that you want to attack. You want to attack Jeff Okudah, the former Lion. You're very well versed on Jeff Okudah, former number 3 overall pick. This guy is fucking terrible. Last year, Jeff Okudah was targeted on a 29% basis on defensive pass snaps, giving up 0.81 fantasy points per route ran against. That's the worst on this entire board for week 1. Of all the corners, he gave up the most fantasy points per route ran against. He's going to line up on that defensive right side. He's going to DJ Moore lines up in the slot 25% of the time. Adunes 34% of the time. You're going to see Bird in the slot. Zaccheaus will move around. They're going to be attacking Jeff Okudah. Byron Murphy and Isaiah Rodgers both struggled. The pass catchers for the Bears are in plus territory this weekend. My contrarian play, I'm going hard in the paint. Zaccheaus, captain, so I can pay up everywhere else. Let's get to these tight ends you talked about. It's an interesting position this week. Obviously, Hawkinson, the Bears allowed the 11th most fantasy points last year to opposing tight ends. The Vikings were pretty effective about it. So we got Hawkinson at 6'6", Erik. Colston Loveland, the rookie out of Michigan, at 5'8", and then Cole Kmet at 4K. And then always tricky, the second tight end for some of these teams, the guy who just scores a touchdown from Indiana, Josh Oliver, the backup tight end for the Vikings, if you want to get real crazy with it. But who we going here? Are we going Hawkinson? We going Loveland? We going Cole Kmet? What do you like here at tight end?
Obviously Hawkinson. I think he's going to be the number 2 receiver for the Vikings. Obviously a young rookie quarterback. I know he's not a rookie, but this is his rookie year. On the road, going to be a lot of dump off passes. That's going to be where Hawkinson is living. And my head says they drafted Loveland for a reason. Yeah. The Bears had a ton of needs, and they went out there and drafted Loveland. We need to remember how good Sam Laporta was in the Bears offense. Everything is filtered to the middle, to the slot, to the tight end. So I think I would go with Loveland, just because you're not going to use a pick that high, especially after you just drafted Cole Kmet and re-signed him, unless you're going to use him. So I would go Loveland.
Yeah, and I think they're all three of them, Cole Kmet, Loveland, and Hawkinson, certainly in play, depending on how you construct your lineup and how much. There's certainly salary savers that are going to be on the field. You're getting them at 4K, 58, and 6,600. Let's go to the kickers. Obviously, I wish the kickers weren't a part of this. I don't think I'm going to have exposure to kickers this week. You see it on the Friday contest. You needed Dicker the kicker. You needed Butker. You see some of those things happen, but I'm not sure this is that contest. Neither kicker all that great. I will say, in Will Reichard's last game last year, the Vikings against the Bears, he put up a 15. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So if I am going to take a kicker, I guess it would be Reichard because of that deep, big leg he's got, right? He can hit the 60-yarders, the 58-yarders. That's not Cairo Santos. So I'd probably prefer Will Reichard if I'm taking one. Any thoughts on these kickers? You want any exposure to them?
I want no exposure to the kicker.
It's frustrating because you can be fucking winning and this kicker comes out, hits a 50-yard field goal, it's a 5-point play, and all of a sudden you just
I want nothing to do with these
fucking hate the kickers.
Absolutely.
And I want to bring up another thing for you people playing these single games. You may turn on the single game early on, you're like, what the hell? I'm way in last place, and look at all these people. They've already got 25 points. That's because a bunch of mouth breathers are absolute morons. And they play their defenses. They'll play a defense. They'll play both defenses and a defense at captain so they can see themselves in first place for a half an hour. But it rarely wins, if ever. Those people are just fucking idiots, so don't worry about it. But that's why you seem so low at first, because the douchebags play their defenses. But don't worry. It's a stupid strategy. I don't know why these idiots do it, but without them, we wouldn't make money because everyone would be good like us. And unfortunately for them, they're not. They're stupid. So there you go. I just want to throw that out there.
But I will say that with the trends of how bad rookie quarterbacks have done on the road, do you feel we could get away with playing the Dennis Allen defense of the Chicago Bears in the captain spot?
No, I don't think so. I really don't. I find it hard to believe that Kevin O'Connell won't have them ready. The Bears aren't. I mean, they have some pieces on defense, but how would they overwhelm them? Their best strategy is trying to shut down Justin Jefferson with Jalen Johnson and hope that they can stop the run up front. Again, they struggled with that a little bit, but I mean, it's contrarian, it's different, and the Bears defense is cheap. It's just not something I would probably do if I was going to play defense, even though the Vikings, I think, are a better overall team defense. And again, this is week 1. We don't know what these teams are going to look like. I'd probably go with the Bears. Are you going to have exposure to the defenses on this? To the Bears
I'll
defense?
probably have the Bears in a lineup, as crazy as it sounds, just because I didn't like.
Sure, you're playing the rookie quarterback scripts, and you never know how it's going to go. We don't know. We have no fucking idea. It's week 1.
And for as much as we give Dennis Allen crap, Dennis Allen was a good DC. His defense was always good at New Orleans. I really think that the Bears, if you're going to do a tournament, not a 50-50, if you're going to be swinging for the fences, I think the Bears in the captain spot is a good spot, and the Bears are probably going to be in my 50-50 lineup.
So that's every position, and I'm just quickly doing a little lineup builder here, and I'm giving you guys the goods. We're going Zacchaeus in the captain spot, okay? If we put Alameda Zacchaeus in the captain spot, listen to this lineup I can make, bro. Just listen to this lineup. So, and I still leave, by the way, with this lineup, 1,200 on the table. So that's differentiated. So I have Alameda Zacchaeus at captain. Then I have Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Caleb Williams. That's my lineup.
It's a pretty
You
good
can
lineup.
play, and you leave 1,200 on the table, so a lot of people won't be doing that.
Yeah.
That's the nuts, baby. You're welcome out there. If this hits on Monday, you're welcome, baby, because I love it. Any final thoughts here on the Monday? We'll get out of here and enjoy our Sunday. Fucking take a rest of the day off. Have a little bit of time off, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, have a little rest day, a little bit, enjoy a little football, do a little grilling.
Yeah.
Appreciate the support, guys. Appreciate everyone watching. Appreciate everyone.
Please, if you guys want more of this, I'll differentiate the matchups or whatever for Monday night. We'll have all the lineups that we're going to play, constructing it with more expensive guys at the top, however you want to do it. Click that link in the video description below. Join our Patreon, $15 a month. We've already had a lot of success. Today's a big day. We'll see what happens today on Sunday morning. But yeah, click that Patreon, subscribe to our channel, wherever you're watching it. We appreciate the support both ways. We really, really do. Once again, it's a DFS Huddle for myself and Erik. Have a great day. This is coming out on Monday, so we can't really say good luck on Sunday. This will be coming out afterwards, but have a great day. And, of course, good luck on all your future wagers.